Hey, this is Jason from For the Love of Tractors, and I have been asked a few times to, how come you don't do some videos of things, and, um, so you can kind of get a better look and a better explanation of some of the things I build or some of the things I've bought, things like that. So, hey, we're going to give this a shot. We'll see how it goes. Um, Pretty low-tech setup here. I just have a simple GoPro that sees most of its time on doing cars, back road runs, and things like that. And I've got a handheld LED lamp, and I don't know how the lighting's going to work on this, but we're going to give it a shot. Hopefully we can improve the setup here as we go. So we're going to do this on my display, so pardon some junk in the background. I've been doing a lot of fixing and rearranging, and the part of my display that you can't see in the background is completely under construction, so it's a mess right now. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at here then, I guess, is my fresh off the 3D printer Landoll Weatherproofer II. This is the 2325 model, so 5 shank, and I tried to kind of add a little extra detail to this. I've scratch built several of these. I'm a pretty big fan of these old Landolls. I just think they kind of work. They're rugged and kind of cool looking. And anyway, so that's why I decided to go with this one. So, we can kind of take a look here at things. As you can see, I've added hydraulic hoses. I've got little painted tips on there, which are surely not going to show up on the camera. Try to route them over back here to the junction box, which probably doesn't show up so well, and then of course that splits off to your 2 main lift cylinders. Those are the only cylinders on the Landoll. Everything else is kind of a manual or spring adjustment. And then of course you get 2 rows of disc gangs in the front, 2 in the back, and then your 5 spring reset shanks are kind of in between near the back. Probably would have been easier to move the camera. So I've tried, one of the difficult things, I use SketchUp for all of my modeling. It's not the most advanced program, but it's pretty easy to use. And I don't really have any background in 3D modeling. I've just sort of tried to learn it myself over the last year or so because I think it's interesting and it's probably the future of everything. So one of the more difficult things to do on these are springs, because SketchUp doesn't spring very well. I've kind of figured out a bit of a compromise on how to do springs on these toy models. And then one thing I'm kind of trying to get towards that maybe in some of my earlier 3D models I didn't do is add more detail. For example, the pins that hold the adjustment arms on the gangs, as well as, these will be pretty tough to see, the pins on the hitch, and then the bolt plates and everything on the back. Let's just try to move that in there. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera very well or not. Probably not. But you might be able to see some of the detail anyway. I've got a little bit of fine-tuning to do yet, but it's pretty well ready to go. If you want one of these, if you want one finished up, you can get a hold of me, For the Love of Tractors on Facebook, or you can, if you want to put one together yourself, you can always order it off my Shapeways stores, which is shapeways.com/FTLOT. That'll get you there. Anyway, I printed this in white, strong, and flexible. I would suggest doing your frame probably in fine ultra detail, or frosted ultra detail, sorry. The gangs you can get away with white, strong, and flexible, and then the shanks you're going to want to do in frosted ultra detail as well, although I do have all of them available in both materials if you want to cheap out and just go white, strong, and flexible. Like I said, I did this one in that just because I wanted to see that it could be done and see how it would turn out, because I realize everybody can't drop 60, 70, 80, $100 on a model. So Anyway, that is my Landoll Weatherproofer 2325. Thanks for watching.